Hello, my friends. My name is Nelson, and I am your English teacher. I'm very happy you are here with me today. Take a slow breath. Relax your shoulders. You are safe here. This is a calm place to listen, to learn, and to speak slowly. Today, I want to talk about something very gentle and very powerful in English. Today, I want to talk about adverbs. Very simple, very clear, very easy to understand. I will speak like I speak in real life. Slowly, naturally. You can just listen. Or you can listen and repeat with me. Both are perfect. You are doing great already. First, let me explain one small idea. An adverb is a word that tells us how something happens. It tells us how I do something. It tells us when I do something. It tells us where I do something. It tells us how often something happens. For example, I can say, I walk. This is fine, but when I say, I walk slowly, now you can feel it. Slowly is the adverb. It tells how I walk. Listen and repeat with me. I walk slowly. Good. Very good. Now I will tell you a calm story about my day. I will use many adverbs. Then we will move into real-life example sentences. For each sentence, I will explain the adverb. Relax. Listen. You are doing great. In the morning, I wake up early. I sit quietly on my bed. I breathe deeply. I move slowly. I smile gently. All these words tell us how, when, or in what way things happen. Now, we are moving to real-life examples. I will say one sentence. Then I will explain it clearly. Stay with me. Statement 1. I breathe deeply. Deeply is the adverb. It tells how I breathe. Statement 2. I wake up early. Early is the adverb. It tells when I wake up. Statement 3. I walk slowly. Slowly is the adverb. It tells how I walk. Statement 4. I speak softly. Softly is the adverb. It tells how I speak. Statement 5. I sit quietly. Quietly is the adverb. It tells how I sit. Statement 6. I listen carefully. Carefully is the adverb. It tells how I listen. Statement 7. I move gently. Gently is the adverb. It tells how I move. Statement 8. I work calmly. Calmly is the adverb. It tells how I work. Statement 9. I think clearly. Clearly is the adverb. It tells how I think. Statement 10. I smile happily. Happily is the adverb. It tells how I smile. Relax. You are learning naturally. Statement 11. I drink water slowly. Slowly is the adverb. It tells how I drink. Statement 12. I eat quietly. Quietly is the adverb. It tells how I eat. Statement 13. I stand patiently. Patiently is the adverb. It tells how I stand. Statement 14. I wait calmly. Calmly is the adverb. It tells how I wait. Statement 15. I read carefully. Carefully is the adverb. It tells how I read. Statement 16. I write slowly. Slowly is the adverb. It tells how I write. Statement 17. I speak clearly. Clearly is the adverb. It tells how I speak. Statement 18. I learn daily. Daily is the adverb. It tells how often I learn. Statement 19. I practice regularly. Regularly is the adverb. It tells how often I practice. Statement 20. I improve gradually. Gradually is the adverb. It tells how improvement happens. You are doing great. Stay calm. Statement 21. I walk outside today. Today is the adverb. It tells when I walk. Statement 22. I rest here. Here's the adverb. It tells where I rest. Statement 23. I sit there. There is the adverb. It tells where I sit. Statement 24. I study alone. Alone is the adverb. It tells how I study. Statement 25. I speak honestly. Honestly is the adverb. It tells how I speak. Statement 26. I listen closely. Closely is the adverb. It tells how I listen. Statement 27. I learn quickly. Quickly is the adverb. It tells how I learn. Statement 28. I respond slowly. Slowly is the adverb. It tells how I respond. Statement 29. I think deeply. Deeply is the adverb. It tells how I think. Statement 30. I move forward confidently. Confidently is the adverb. It tells how I move forward. Halfway now. You are doing amazing. Statement 31. I wake up happily. Happily is the adverb. It tells how I wake up. Statement 32. I fall asleep easily. Easily is the adverb. It tells how I fall asleep. Statement 33. I speak slowly today. Slowly is the adverb. It tells how I speak. Statement 34. I listen again carefully. Carefully is the adverb. It tells how I listen. Statement 35. I practice quietly. Quietly is the adverb. It tells how I practice. Statement 36. I learn English patiently. Patiently is the adverb. It tells how I learn. Statement 37. I improve slowly. Slowly is the adverb. It tells how improvement happens. Statement 38. I repeat often. Often is the adverb. It tells how often I repeat. Statement 39. I feel calm inside. Inside is the adverb. It tells where I feel calm. Statement 40. I smile again. Again is the adverb. It tells when I smile. Keep breathing. Stay relaxed. Statement 41. I work hard today. Today is the adverb. It tells when I work. Statement 42. I rest later. Later is the adverb. It tells when I rest. Statement 43. I wake up early again. Early is the adverb. It tells when I wake up. Statement 44. I walk freely. Freely is the adverb. It tells how I walk. Statement 45. I speak naturally. Naturally is the adverb. It tells how I speak. Statement 46. I listen fully. Fully is the adverb. It tells how I listen. Statement 47. I understand slowly. Slowly is the adverb. It tells how I understand. Statement 48. I learn step by step. Step by step is the adverb phrase. It tells how I learn. Statement 49. I practice every day. Every day is the adverb phrase. It tells how often I practice. Statement 50. I grow steadily. Steadily is the adverb. It tells how I grow. You are doing great. Almost there. Statement 51. I wake up peacefully. Peacefully is the adverb. It tells how I wake up. Statement 52. I breathe slowly now. Slowly is the adverb. It tells how I breathe. Statement 53. I speak gently. Gently is the adverb. It tells how I speak. Statement 54. I listen patiently. Patiently is the adverb. It tells how I listen. Statement 55. I learn happily. Happily is the adverb. It tells how I learn. Statement 56. I practice silently. Silently is the adverb. It tells how I practice. Statement 57. I improve daily. Daily is the adverb. It tells how often I improve. Statement 58. I move slowly forward. Slowly is the adverb. It tells how I move. Statement 59. I think clearly now. Clearly is the adverb. It tells how I think. Statement 60. I feel better today. Today is the adverb. It tells when I feel better. You stayed with me. Very proud of you. Statement 61. I work quietly here. Quietly is the adverb. It tells how I work. Statement 62. I sit comfortably. Comfortably is the adverb. It tells how I sit. Statement 63. I read slowly again. Slowly is the adverb. It tells how I read. Statement 64. I learned carefully now. Carefully is the adverb. It tells how I learn. Statement 65. I speak confidently. Confidently is the adverb. It tells how I speak. Statement 66. I listen deeply. Deeply is the adverb. It tells how I listen. Statement 67. I understand clearly today. Clearly is the adverb. It tells how I understand. Statement 68. I practice regularly here. Regularly is the adverb. It tells how often I practice. Statement 69. I improve slowly but surely. Slowly is the adverb. It tells how I improve. Statement 70. I stay calm always. Always is the adverb. It tells how often I stay calm. Almost finished. Stay with me. Statement 71. I wake up quietly today. Quietly is the adverb. It tells how I wake up. Statement 72. I move gently again. Gently is the adverb. It tells how I move. Statement 73. I speak slowly now. Slowly is the adverb. It tells how I speak. Statement 74. I listen carefully here. Carefully is the adverb. It tells how I listen. Statement 75. I learn happily today. Happily is the adverb. It tells how I learn. Statement 76. I practice daily here. Daily is the adverb. It tells how often I practice. Statement 77. I grow slowly inside. Slowly is the adverb. It tells how I grow. Statement 78. I breathe deeply again. Deeply is the adverb. It tells how I breathe. Statement 79. I rest peacefully now. Peacefully is the adverb. It tells how I rest. Statement 80. I smile softly today. Softly is the adverb. It tells how I smile. You did it. Well done. Statement 81. I learn calmly here. Calmly is the adverb. It tells how I learn. Statement 82. I speak clearly again. Clearly is the adverb. It tells how I speak. Statement 83. I listen fully now. Fully is the adverb. It tells how I listen. Statement 84. I practice slowly today. Slowly is the adverb. It tells how I practice. Statement 85. I grow steadily here. Steadily is the adverb. It tells how I grow. Statement 86. I rest comfortably now. Comfortably is the adverb. It tells how I rest. Statement 87. I learn patiently, always. Patiently is the adverb. It tells how I learn. Statement 88. I speak honestly here. Honestly is the adverb. It tells how I speak. Statement 89. I move forward confidently. Confidently is the adverb. It tells how I move. Statement 90. I feel calm now. Now is the adverb. It tells when I feel calm. Almost finished. One more breath. Statement 91. I wake up early today. Early is the adverb. It tells when I wake up. Statement 92. I practice again now. Again is the adverb. It tells when I practice. Statement 93. I listen quietly here. Quietly is the adverb. It tells how I listen. Statement 94. I learn slowly today. Slowly is the adverb. It tells how I learn. Statement 95. I speak gently now. Gently is the adverb. It tells how I speak. Statement 96. I improve daily here. Daily is the adverb. It tells how often I improve. Statement 97. I grow calmly inside. Calmly is the adverb. It tells how I grow. Statement 98. I breathe deeply now. Deeply is the adverb. It tells how I breathe. Statement 99. I smile happily today. Happily is the adverb. It tells how I smile. Statement 100. I learn English confidently. Confidently is the adverb. It tells how I learn. Now relax. You learned adverbs today. Words that show how life moves. Words that show feeling and action. If this lesson helped you, please subscribe to this channel. Stay with me. In the next episode, we will talk about adjectives. Very simple, very clear. Until then, keep listening, keep speaking, keep believing. I'll see you in the next episode.